Good morning, all of you. Good morning, all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Before the lecture, I want to give some instructions for today attendance. Today, we would be take the attendance on the chat. Okay. So now I have deactivate the chat, and I would be activate the chat box in between of lecture, and you have only provided 10 minutes during that lecture to fill the attendance. Okay, and as usual I would also share the Google Sheet on your WhatsApp group, and I would be cross match the attendance, but finally those who have given the attendance on that chat box I would be considered. Okay. Now we come to the topic. If you have to be see, first of all we have to take a quick look of the last lecture. In the last lecture we have discussed MOSFET as a switch as well as MOSFET inverter. And in the last lecture, we have started with the topic MOSFET is working as a switch. Then we have discussed the MOSFET inverter with resistive load. Now, on the same topic, we are moving forward, and the another kind of the use of MOSFET, that is MOSFET as a diode, or it is also called as an active resistor. So how can we convert a MOSFET into a diode? This is the basic question. So for that you have to be see, noted down this diagram. So you can see that there is a regular MOSFET has been drawn. This MOSFET is having the, as usual, 3 terminals shown here. Okay, these are the drain, gate, and then there is a source. Okay, now you can see one more modification has been done here. We have shorted the gate terminal to the drain, and it would be now become a structure like diode, and this is a symbol of N-channel MOSFET, N-channel enhancement type MOSFET. And we know that in that particular structure there is a 2 N type device area is imposed on the P type substrate. Okay, and this N type metal is representing the drain and source terminals, and P type substrate is basically acting as a substrate, and above this particular substrate what we do, we would be fabricate the gate, that is a metallic structure. In between gate and substrate there is a some insulator is there, that is called SiO2. Okay, so this is the basic structure of your MOSFET. So if you have to be remember the operation of the MOSFET, so there is a formation of PN junction between substrate and drain, between substrate and the source. Okay, but when you have been be short the gate terminal with the drain, you can consider it as one of the diode. So MOSFET as a diode and can be used as a non-linear resistor. It is a transistor with the connection is called enhancement active load device. Basically this structure a structure like diode is used as a load device. Okay, so it is basically used as a load device, and it is always operate in saturation region. One thing remember that it is always operate in saturation region. When you have to be short the gate terminal with the drain, it would be always operate in saturation region. So what is the condition is here? When your VGS is, now here VGS is equivalent to the VDS because gate and drain has been shorted. So when your VGS is greater than threshold voltage, so first of all you have to be just see IB characteristics. Here the drain current ID and drain to source voltage, there is the VDS. So we have plotted that IB characteristics, and this is the regular characteristics. You can see this current value would be depending upon the value of VGS. So as the VGS would be increasing, your current value of ID would be increasing. So when your VGS is less than VT or threshold voltage, this structure would be act in the cutoff region and current is 0. But as your VGS is greater than threshold, it would be behave like a diode, or you can say it would be directly operating in the saturation region. In generalized MOSFET, when you have not connected this gate with the drain, the characteristics like that, as you increase the VGS, your ID increases. There is a three region of operation. One is cutoff, then there is a region where non-saturation region, then this is the flat structure is there, that is the saturation region, and this is the transition curves. For different value of VGS, the transition point is different. Means the transition point separates the non that when you are connecting a gate with the drain, at that moment what happens, your when your VGS is less than threshold, your drain current is 0. But when your VGS is more than threshold value, your current would be rising exponentially, and you can see that it would be like a structure of the parabola. So now the current and voltage relationship is this. It is indicated on the slide. ID is equal to Kn VGS minus VTn, and now your VGS is equal to VDS. So this is the new formula for the current. It is very much similar to the previous formula, only the term VDS is added here. Now your drain current is following the VDS. In the generalized MOSFET, ID is independent of the VDS in saturation region, but in this case, ID is following the VDS. The relationship is it is following the square law. So this is your new IB characteristics. So if you would be omit this previous diagram, so your IB characteristics is like that. It is just like a diode. Okay, so it would be like this. If anyone has any confusion with that diagram, so only you can draw this also like this. This is your IB characteristics. This is the point. This is threshold voltage. And this IB characteristics for this structure, MOSFET as a diode. And the current equation is same. Only VGS is replaced by the VDS. Okay. Now, how can we use this particular structure? We use this as active resistor or loading device. So if you remember the previous structure of inverter where MOSFET is a driver and resistor is a load device. Now that load device could be replaced by this MOS as a diode structure. So first of all, we have to be see what is the resistance offered by this structure MOSFET as a diode. So there is a two types of resistor we can calculate with the help of this structure. One is the DC resistance, another is the AC resistance. Okay, and this is the IB characteristics. Again, this is ID and this is your VDS. Okay, and this is the curve that is indicating the IB characteristics. This straight line is representing the DC resistance, and this slope on this curve is representing the AC resistance. Now, what is the value of DC resistance here? We have not to describe this mathematically very much, but we have to come to the final formula. If you have to be see here the one new term beta is used. So what is actually beta? So beta is nothing but it is equal to mu n COX W by L okay, this is your beta. And how it is correlated with the capital Kn that we have learned earlier. Beta is also transconductance parameter, Kn is also transconductance parameter. But the relationship between this is what? Kn is equal to, if you have to be correlate this, Kn is equal to beta by 2. Means beta is twice of Kn. Okay. So remember this relationship and write this formula of DC resistance. Now, what is the formula for ID? The ID is equal to what? It is capital Kn VGS minus VT whole square. Now we have correlated this. So it is what? Beta by 2 VGS minus VT whole square. Okay. So this is your ID. And what is the resistance? The formula of resistance is DC resistance is VDS upon ID. So what is the value of VDS is here first we have to be find out. So we can find out from this relationship. See, VGS is what? VGS in terms of current, it is twice of ID. Everyone note it down. Twice of ID upon beta. Okay. Square root plus VT plus VT. Okay. Okay. Now, here we know that VGS is nothing but what? It is equal to VDS because we have shorted the gate with the drain. So VGS is equal to VDS is equal to the square root of twice of ID upon beta plus VT or VTN, whatever. Now, just put up this value on the formula DC resistance. So VDS is what? VDS is here. I am solving here. So VDS upon ID it is equal to square root twice of ID upon beta plus Vt upon ID. So now can you can easily know how this formula is came. So when you will be explore this term, so it is Vt upon ID plus twice of ID upon beta square root of this upon ID. So it would be finally become square root of 2 upon beta into ID. So in this way, we have find those DC resistance. Okay. Now we would be define the AC resistance. So as per the graph, the slope is this. Now we have to be defining this in terms of small signal equivalent circuit. So we are all are familiar of the small signal equivalent circuit. So as per the small signal equivalent circuit, what it says that first of all we have to be draw the small signal equivalent circuit of MOSFET. So as per the MOSFET, for now just forget this structure. Just forget this structure. Suppose your gate is not connected to drain. Okay? Suppose your gate is not connected to drain. So in this case, what happens? We have to be draw three terminals first: gate, drain, and source. So source is at lowest potential, so it is a reference line. There is no connection between gate and source. There is no connection between gate and drain. So one current is flowing through the drain, that is ID. So this ID is shown here from drain to source side, and that is represented by the symbol and the term GM VGS. We are already do this done this in the first chapter. And finite output resistance RDS between drain to source. Okay. Now, what we have to be do next? For this purpose, now we have to be come to our original diagram. That is, gate is connected to the drain. Now this isolation would be omitted. Okay, this isolation would be omitted, and we have to be short the gate terminal with the drain terminal. Once we have short this, the working phenomena would be changed. Okay. Now we have to be find out the resistance offered by this small signal equivalent circuit. So what is the AC resistance? Output voltage VDS upon ID. Okay. And if you have to be see this small signal equivalent circuit, it is very much clear. These two resistance are present only, RDS and the resistance offered by this depending current source. That is GM, transconductance you can say. So we know that a relationship between the resistance and the transconductance. R is always 1 upon G. R is resistance, G is transconductance. It is inverse relationship. So here we would be use the same thing. As we know that as per the Ohm's law, V upon I is resistance. So I upon V is transconductance. Or R is equal to 1 upon G. So instead of writing the resistance, we can write it like this: 1 upon, and conductance in the parallel would be added. So Gm plus opposite of 1 RDS means 1 upon RDS, that is GDS. Conductance offered by the across the drain to source terminal. So this is the final AC resistance value, 1 upon Gm plus GDS. Now we know that Gm is very much larger than GDS. So what happens? Finally, what would be remains? You can also write AC resistance is equivalent to 1 upon Gm. You can neglect the GDS. Okay. Now someone has the doubt why GDS is neglected. How the GDS is very much small. So we have learned in the first unit, MOSFET offer in for the ideal case infinite output resistance, and for the practical case very large value of output resistance. So 1 upon infinite nearly 0, or suppose it is a very large value, so again it is very small when you have to be represent this in terms of conductance. So that's why you can consider this, it is negligible. And mathematically the value of Gm is what? Twice of Kn. So instead of twice of Kn, we can write a beta, VGS minus Vt, or in terms of current like this, square root of twice of beta, ID upon, this is ID. So note it down all these formulas. Okay. Just note it down. Now 1220 is there. I am opening the chat box. You have to be mention your roll number and name, and send message privately to me only. So this is basic description of the MOSFET as a diode. Now we will move to the next use of this structure as a load device. This link would be open for only 12:30. See. Mention your roll number also. Name and roll number. So NMOS inverter with enhancement load. So N channel enhancement mode MOSFET with the gate connected to the drain can be used as load device in a NMOS inverter. So in the inverter there is a two part. One is a driver circuit, another load circuit. So here MOSFET as a diode could be used as a load device. So the condition is what? VGS should be greater than the threshold voltage. Okay. So when VGS is greater than the threshold voltage, here VGS is equivalent to the VDS, transistor always operates in the saturation region. We have discussed already. And for the sake of simplicity of calculations, we have neglected the effect of output resistance RDS and channel length modulation parameter lambda. Now we have drawn the diagram also, which shows the NMOS inverter with enhancement load and the driver circuit denoted by VTND and KD, and load transfer parameter denoted by VTNL and KL. That is shown here. So driver circuit is, this is the driver circuit, the lower one. This is your driver. This is the regular MOSFET. Okay. And here the parameter is VGSD, VDSC, VT and D. D means driver. Here D means driver. KD means driver. It is an N-channel device, but we have mentioned for distinguish between the driver and the load. So we have used the suffix D. Similarly, MOSFET as a diode would be used as an enhancement load. So here it would be used as a load device. So VDSL, VGSL, okay, IDL, VTNL, to just distinguish the load and drivers. Now, this is the corresponding IB characteristics. This is corresponding IB characteristics is there. Okay. So if you have to see the structure, first one is the regular characteristics. So obviously this is the characteristics of what? Regular MOSFET. Means our driver device. Another is having the characteristics representing the load added to it, enhancement load. First of all of you just note it down. Then we would be discussed on the terminology of this. Now see. So in this case, input voltage is applied to the gate terminal of the driver, Vi, that is equivalent to the VGSD, because there is no resistor in between. Then the output is collected at the drain terminal of this driver circuit, that is V0. It is again equivalent to the VDSD because there is no resistor drop here, voltage drop is across this drain and ground. And the current flowing across it is called the IDD. And it is connected in series with the enhancement load, where the gate terminal is shorted to the drain. So whatever the VGSL, this is similar to the VDS. Now come to this particular area where it is shown the value of the maximum value of your output. Okay, if you remember the DC load line, this is similar kind of line has been shown here. But as we are using the enhancement load, so output voltage would be not reach to the maximum value VDD. It is less than the maximum value VDD, and the maximum value of the output voltage is here VDD minus VTNL. And there is some curve like structure is here. This is the basic difference between the general MOSFET and this enhancement load inverter. And this is the maximum value of the current. Here there is a nearly a straight line. And this is the transition curve. Okay. So that is, as obviously VDS sat is equal to VGS minus VTN. So right hand side of this is saturation region. Left hand side is you can consider as a non-saturation region. So now see how it would be worked in a quick sense. When your VI is equal to 0, we are discussing about the inverter. So we have to be generally take like this, input and output in logic terms and voltage level also. So when you provide the input 0, you are expecting 1, when you're providing input 1, you are expecting 0. So first case, when you're applying the input Vi is equal to 0, so at that moment, what happens? Your VGSD is less than threshold voltage, so this driver circuit is off, or it is operating in the cutoff region. So as it is operating in the cutoff region, it is off. At the same time, what happens? VGSL, it is not 0. So obviously it is conducting. So load is conducting, but driver is off. Then what happens? Whatever the current is drawn through the supply IDL, when it would be reached to this point, there is no space to flow now. So the circuitry would be not completed. It is just like act as an open circuit. So ID would be also become 0. So no drain current is flowing. So you can see here, if no drain current is flowing, no drop of the voltage. So what is the output now? Only the drop is the threshold voltage of this load device. So what is the output voltage? V0 is now? V0 is now VDD minus threshold voltage of this MOSFET that is used as the enhancement load. And this value is not exactly equal to VDD. It is less than because of this enhancement load. So you can see the effect of that. This output voltage is less than the VDD. Okay. So VOH, you can say maximum value of the output voltage is VDD